Right, hi guys, back with you now. It's part two. I've dyed the inside of this, as I said I would, and I dyed the inside of the ferrous holder. I glued it both sides so it stayed together. Then I've glued this edge. I'm just trying to save you a bit of time. It's more or less self-explanatory, so I didn't want to insult you by, make you watch what the obvious is. I glued down here on the inside, both sides. Then when I've glued this piece, I just put a dear little bit of glue on the end there so that it will stick to either side of this. Stop it moving while I stitch it. So that's that done. I've burnished this edge here. You can see it's a bit shiny. I've burnished that edge because it's a bit awkward to get to otherwise. Now I've just got to stain this. This is the the dangler. So what I do with this one is I just get this so that it's more or less, where are we? More or less somewhere there. That's it. Are you with me? So I've got a bit there, and you can see the other end there through there. You don't want it touching because you've got to remember that you're going to get your D-ring going through there as well. But that's got to be fixed onto this on the back. So what I'm basically doing now at the moment is I'm just marking, and I'm pushing quite heavy because I want it to mark the underside one. I'll do the same on this one. That's it. Do the same on that one. Get my little anvil out. This might shake the camera, I'm not sure, but we'll have a look, see. Get my punches out. Now, for these particular ones, come here, I use a number 4 because, get my snap caps down and my hammer out. Because you need it for these little pins, for these, which is 4mm. That's why we're using that. So without further ado, I'll punch that hole through. Not hard enough, there you go. Punch that one through. Always use a piece of something, even if it's a lump of wood. Never punch directly to that, to your anvil, because you just won't have an edge left on your punch. Right, that's that done. Now there is a little tool for these. Now I can dye this afterwards, I think, and then I'll leave it to dry. The same with the sheath. I've got to dye that. Where are we? This is going in there, that's going in there. Oh, so there we go. So we're going to put the top one in there. We've got what I've got is a little dish here. This is dished. This little bit here, it's dished to take the shape of the snap cap. As you can see, that's dished as well, isn't it? Look, you can see it. Right, so I'll use this just to open it out a little bit so it goes in nice. Turn it upside down and I get the other part. which is this. I'm hoping that's going to go through there, because I'm thinning it off, see, and here's your special little tool for doing that. Alright, so let's see what happens. I usually rotate it in a bit of an angle. Hang on, you're not in shot there, are you? That's got it, yeah, good. Right, just made a boo-boo. Actually, don't know if you spotted the deliberate mistake. Right. Now, the deliberate mistake is this little cap thing. Trying to get it so it don't slip out my hand. That little cap thing goes with one of these, the caps that I just told you about. But what I'm going to do now, because I'm not going to throw it just because of that silly little mistake. See, half the time it's because I'm talking naughty. That's it. So basically I'm just reversing the stuff. So that's going to go on there. Hit that just a little bit harder. That's it. I want that to go down flush on there, which it has. Right, sorry I'm out of camera shot again. Put this one in there. Well, this is going to throw him because I've done it reverse way round. So yeah, it's got that one. I can go back in the box now. Now, don't want that. Want that. Open that hole up a little bit there. I am sorry if I keep going out of camera shot. It's what if I bring the camera up higher? That might do it, mightn't it? Let's try that. But I don't know if I can bring the camera down anymore. Oh, yes I can. Right. Sorry about that. That might work a little better, mightn't it? Now, get that one in there as well. Where are we? There we go. Get that little bit of tool in there. Yeah, it's got that. There we go. still done it, just reverse it round the other way. So what I've got to do now is that's ready to be, oh, let's put that over there, excuse me arm. Put that away, that's done. Those are these little tiny punch things, punch holes. What's the time? Oh, I forgot to put the timer on. So I've been going 5 minutes, haven't I? Let's have a look at that, see what that does. Right, there we go. Put that there. Now, next thing I've got to do, or for that chap that wants to do one himself, I believe, need to die this down, and you need to die. I've got a piece here, have I? That's a shame. No. An off cut, bear with me, I'm looking for an off cut. Long enough. You see what I mean? You show these little bits and pieces. Do you know, even that'll do. Unbelievable. That's a bit of luck, Harry. Now I'll put these up for a minute because otherwise they just get in my way. As I said, I've got very little bench space left now. I'll keep taking it up. How long is that? 6 inches. Okay, we could put that there. Yeah, I'm going to take that off a little bit more so it's not digging in shot, yeah. Yeah, this is tough stuff, this is. So lovely, lovely chubbly. I've just feathered that down a bit, as you can see. Feathered it down, same the other end on the side, so that wrong way. I will now glue that, but again, so it's all these fiddly little things. You're surprised how long it takes, isn't it? Just make this edge nice and even. That's it, like that. Like that. It's a bit more off of there, it really does. Bit of a bump there. A bit better now. Yes, that's better. Now, I nearly always forget to put the D-ring on, so I'm going to slap that on before I do any more. Right, so now that I've done that, I mean, you don't have to do all these edging tools and everything else, like if you don't have them, but You do the best you can, don't you, really? I'll just pinch that in a bit there where that glue was to put it in tight to this. So it's pretty tight now in there and there. That's just a little bit of dye on there, those marks, don't worry, they'll come down when I dye it. Right, now the next job. So just goes to show you can actually form something without wet forming it, but you needed to put some grooves in it or something or other to make it fold over easier. Otherwise it will bellow out quite wide, you know, it'll come out like that and then come in, you know. But that one, because I put the grooves in it, it's gone pretty narrow now, see, isn't it? Right, now I'm just going to take this edge off here. That makes the D-ring just go in a bit better. Do this side as well. That's it. Just takes the edge off, that's all. Now I need to dye that, don't I, first? So let's get me a bit of paper for dyeing. And I can dye this while I'm at it, can't I? There you go, Bob's your Uncle Fanny's your aunt. Now, he says, this is a light brown that I'm using on here. See how thirsty that leather is? Yeah, it's very thirsty, isn't it? Probably need another coat, I dare say. I'm in shot just yet. Give us a shout if I come out of camera shot. Right, that's that one. Might do the other side, let it dry a little bit and then I can glue it, can't I? Because I have got to glue that. Oh, right. Now what I'm going to do with this one is you're thinking I can't remember now. Just trying to work out which is the best way to rivet this, and I think it's going to be that way. I mean, you can either stitch this onto the back of here, like so. You know, you can either stitch it on there or you can rivet it. I'm choosing to rivet it on there. But if you want to stitch it on there, you've got a machine or whatever, you need to, let's get it in camera shot again, you need to stitch it on here, like so, before you close this up. If it's on a machine, because you're not going to get to it on a machine. It's going to be very difficult to get actually on with a hand stitch if you wanted to do that. I've got something I can stuff in there to support the back of the rivet, so that's not a problem. Right, so now I'm just going to dye this other piece now. Get that out of the way, and then I can go on to other things. Quite what, I don't know yet, but there you go. Right, are you following me so far? No? That's it. Boring, isn't it? But so all these things can take time, but you know, You don't have to seal this with Vaseline, these edges. I'm in shot yet. You don't have to seal it with Vaseline, which is that stuff that looks like milk that I've used. But as long as you burnish this edge, what you're doing is you're closing the pores up of the leather. And then if you happen to put some polish on here, leather polish or something, a balm or a spray leather polish, at least it'll be sealed then, protected. You know, it's each to their own as to how much, you know, whether you want to put leather on it, balm on it. If you don't, well, don't moan when it gets all brittle and then just starts cracking and snapping on you, because believe you me, that's what it will do. There you go, that's that one, that side. Do the other side now. I tried to do it in one hit so it so you don't get it streaky. The other thing is, if you don't want it to be too dark, you have to watch how much of the dye you put on there, but at the same time, you see, can you see them light patches? I don't know if you can, just here, some light patches. You know, it's only where the leather is a little bit thirsty, but I'll just put plenty on there. That side don't matter because it's going to be on the inside, but saying that, you've still got to do it. I was going to put my rubber gloves on, but it seems a waste of time now, doesn't it? That's it, that'll do that. You can always buff this up later, or it will buff up if you when you put polish on it or something, so it's not the end of the world. I usually close it up and cinch it a bit like that, and in that way it maintains that shape for quite some time. Otherwise it's going to be as stiff as a board when you try to bend it, or as you bend it, all this will start to, all this corner will fade where you're bending it and opening up the pores, which is shows how far the dye's gone. Now my next job I'm going to do is I'm going to rivet this on, but I really need to dye this first and burnish this edge. Let's get this, well, that won't go in there, that's too big. I'm just going to open this up a little bit because I need to be getting my ferrous rod in there, or a ferrous rod. Oh. There we go. Open up a little bit more. And so once it's stitched there, it won't matter. So there you go, I've just opened it up a bit more now, so that it'll probably go in there better now, won't it? There you go. Got some little bungee cord. What do they call it? I don't know what they call it something else, don't they? So let's open that up now. That will close up when I've stitched it, which I think I will do now. Yes, I'm going to stitch it now, and then I'm going to dye it and I'm going to have to let it dry like that. So bear with me. Let's turn my machine round so that you can hopefully see what I'm doing. Bear with me. I think you can see that there, can't you? Hopefully. Yeah. I could bring it closer if you wish, but I don't think. Right. Now, what I'm going to do, watch out in there. Now, this machine does not take any prisoners, so if you get your finger in a way, the needle, which is like a 4-inch nail, will go straight through it. You know, you don't care. It's not. You know, don't pick and choose. So there we go. Let's see what happens here. That's it, come in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back stitch that a bit. That's it, I'm going to take that out there. Like so. Oh, right, now turn your back round. There's my scissors. Cut that off. That. Now that stitch groove, if you've trimmed up this edge properly, nice, you know, so it's absolutely like square to the job. Then put your stitch groove in. Your stitching should go in the groove the same that side, the under stitch, as it does the top stitch. But also what you have to do, or what I do, is in this case the top stitch, which is this one. This is the top stitch because it's right-handed. Okay, I turn it over so it's face down. You feel the bottom stitch, it feels a bit raised. So you put it on your anvil, a la so,